Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Inairo. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about what does it cost to live in Brazil? How much does it cost to live in Brazil? Before we dive into the topic of the day, please, if this is your first time of coming to my channel, I want you to please do me the favor of subscribing, commenting, share so that every other person can get to see our video. Please do that for me, okay? Now, without wasting much of your time, we're going to be diving straight to the topic of the day: what it costs to live in Brazil. Now, please, before I start, I want to just let you know that you shouldn't get an heart attack because you're coming to Brazil. Because Brazil is naturally one country that is affordable for everyone, for all classes of persons. If you're rich, if you're poor, it is affordable. Depends on where you want to stay, where you will be going to, and what you will be doing when you're in Brazil. So, that being said, let me just start with rent, because if you go into any country, what the first thing you would think about is as rent, your rent. Now, the rent in Chicago, the rent in Amsterdam, and the rent in Belgium is more expensive than the one here in Brazil. The one here in Brazil is very affordable. Okay, now if you have $300, you can rent a good house in a very good place here in Brazil. That is, if you're coming here to stay. Now, everything I'm going to be saying here is going to be anchored on two parts. For those who are coming to stay here in Brazil permanently, and for those who are coming just to spend some 2, 3, 4 days and go away. But we have a price for everyone. So please don't touch that because I'm just going to give you everything that you need to hear. Okay, so let's go. Now, if you're renting a house in a good area, secured with $300, you can get that done. If you want to go to the middle class with $150, you can get that done. Now, the houses in Brazil are according to the places, the city that they are located. So there's where they say where they call the favela. The favela depends on the type of favela. It is not all favela in Brazil that are dangerous to stay. So depends on the type of favela and depends on the state that you are. The favela is more far better and affordable for you to stay. Okay, so if you're in Rio de Janeiro, there are places I won't advise you to go and rent a place in Rio de Janeiro in the favela. Okay, now if you're in São Paulo, there are places in São Paulo that looks like favela, but not they are not favela. They are normal neighborhoods. So you can get a house there for $100, $70. You can get a house there. Now, if you're the type of person that like to live luxury, you can get a house for $300 to $400 in a superb location neighborhood, which where you have very rich people where they stay. So you can get a house from there. Now, another thing that affect the price of the house is where you're renting from. If you're renting from an agency, or you are renting from the owner of the house directly. So that you can check on in Google. You can just type it house owner in house owner in Campinas, or has to rent from owners directly. Has to rent from owners directly. You can just write that in your Google Translator and translate it into Portuguese. And that being said on house rent, which is one of the most important things when you come to any country. I guess we'll now go to food. Wow, food is available and affordable here in Brazil because, as you all know, Brazil is one of the food basket of the world. So you don't expect it to every food to be so expensive in Brazil. It also depends on where you are, where you want to eat, and where what you want to do. Okay. Now, if you have $20, you can eat in a very good restaurant anywhere in Brazil. If you have $15, you can eat in any middle class hotel or restaurant anywhere in Brazil. Now, if you want to live the normal street life, any street in Brazil you can eat with $5 and you will be satisfied. You don't have to spend much. Okay, but if you want to go luxury, then you can get $20 to $30 and you eat very well and good meal. I guess I want you to know that here in Brazil there are lots and lots of good cousins here in Brazil. I haven't said that about food. Transport, another thing that is very important. Now, Uber here is cheaper. It's cheaper depends on where you're coming from too. That I must have to tell you because the currency value of every country against the currency value of Brazil is different. Okay, like I earlier said, America, Europe, and Belgium, Japan. The currency value is higher than the one of Brazil. So then you will not spend so much. Now, if you know your way around, if you can get the actual addresses that the places that you want to visit in Brazil, you have the addresses in your notebook. You can just type them into Google and research them and the buses that are going to this location. If you're the kind of person that know how to find his way around, you can go your way around because in Brazil, the city buses here in Brazil are very well organized. So you don't have anything to bother about if you want to take this city's bus. But if you want to take Uber, I prefer Uber for those who are first timer and they don't really know their way around. I prefer you taking Uber so that you don't get lost, so that you get to where you're going easy as possible. So that being said on Uber, we have the gym here in Brazil. People like to keep fit, so they have a lot of gyms, lots and lots of gyms here in Brazil. So you can pay $20 for you to go to a gym to keep fit. So you won't pay more than that for a gym here in Brazil. Also depends. There are places you can pay up to $50, but you won't get more than that. Okay, for a month. That is for a month. But if you're living in an hotel or you're living in one of these apartments, they usually come with a gym, so you can go to the gym without paying there in the apartment, in the condominiums. You can go to the gym without paying. Another thing is internet. Another very important thing is internet. Now, internet is something that is very important here in Brazil. So some of the apartment, that is if you're renting an hotel, comes with the internet. So once you pay for your stay, you've already paid for the internet. So you just ask them for the Wi-Fi, for the password of the Wi-Fi, and they will give it to you. If you also rent in those type of hostels that you stay for some days, they also come with internet. Those are one of the benefits. So they'll just tell them and they'll give the password of the Wi-Fi to you so that you can browse, upload, and do some other things. I said that I want you to know that in your cost of living in Brazil, you will not be spending nothing more than 1,000 to the maximum of 4,000 per month if you in Brazil. So if you want to make your budget, I would advise that unless you have something more, your budget should be within 1,000 to $4,000 for a maximum in a month. So having said that, I guess we've come to the end of this video. Until I come your way again, it's your boy Enairo. Please don't forget to do us the favor of subscribing, clicking on the like button, commenting, and share this video. Share so that every other person can see our video. And also one more thing, click on the notification button, and whenever we do more video, you'll be the first to know. If you have any question, you have something that you want to know, ask us and we're going to inform you. Okay, until I come your way again, don't forget, it's your boy Enairo. Peace out.